Now, following the eruption of riots along the Gaza border fence on Tuesday, Israel has again closed down the Erez border crossing into the northern Gaza Strip. Hundreds of Gaza residents threw rocks and severely damaged the fence, only to be dispersed by tear gas and some live fire. The health ministry in Gaza reported that several Palestinians were wounded, but now, with the exception of allowing humanitarian aid, the crossing will remain closed until repairs can be completed.
This is far from the first time the Erez crossing has been closed, but it's relatively rare, as protests of this kind are also rare at Erez. This incident also comes just days after other attempted infiltrations took place, as well as while Israel and Hamas are reportedly engaged in long-term truce negotiations. Brokered by Egypt and the United Nations, Israel and Hamas have been discussing terms that would include opening up the maritime border around Gaza, potentially building a new port, easing restrictions around the Strip's land crossings, and more. In return, Hamas would stop firing rockets into the Strip. Palestinian Authority President Abbas has made it adamantly clear, however, that he opposes the indirect talks as they don't include the PA, thus making it more difficult for the Ramallah government to resume control over all Palestinian territories. But indeed, Israel and the PA haven't held any serious talks since 2014, and Hamas has been operating separately from the Palestinian Authority since the terror group seized power in Gaza in 2007. Hamas is also polling much higher than Abbas's Fatah party among the West Bank and Gaza voters. Now back in Israel, despite Hamas being a terror group, the majority of Israelis also reportedly support peace negotiations with Hamas. According to a survey released Wednesday, over 57% of Israeli Jews and 60% of Israeli Arabs across all political factions supported negotiating with Hamas. Among the Jews, however, roughly 80% also expressed that they would reject any deal that did not include the return of the remains of two Israeli soldiers, Oron Shaul and Hadar Golden. They've been held by Hamas since 2014. The question did not ask, however, about Hisham al-Saed and Avraham Mengistu, two supposedly mentally ill Israeli citizens who reportedly wandered into Israel on their own several years ago.